Hi there, I'm Chiru, and today let's begin our usual whining about the Game Awards, which, by the way, as I have said in the past, I'm not watching this year, but I think it would be good fun to see what were the nominees for everything. Um, and I have a special moment at the end where I'm gonna whine like about, how many people, no, don't understand my point about what I'm trying to make when it comes to especially the game of the year. But uh it doesn't at the end of the day awards don't matter. Like, do you remember who was the game of the year in 2017? Well, do you? Well, you probably do. But the point I'm trying to make here is that we're gonna go through the nominees from the Keighley Awards and see which ones I think should be worth the award. And we're gonna have an extra long time with Game of the Year. So that means we're gonna go fast for these other awards. First of all, I'm gonna ignore the awards that I have no knowledge about. So the esports awards, I have no knowledge about any of them, so I cannot talk about them. Um, Content Creator of the Year. We have five people here. Obviously the only one I truly know here is Pecora. And it's like, okay, glad to see her here. You're not gonna win, but I'm glad you're here. I really don't know anybody here other than Pecora, and yeah, great way to start this video. I hope you guys all win. Hope you guys all feel honored to be here. I know I saw a video earlier today about Pecora, basically saying thank you and why am I here in this list. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not gonna vote on that because I know I know next to nothing about any of you guys, so I don't wanna I do not want to hurt any feelings for the five people who watch this. Most anticipated game. There are five? Yeah, five games, five anticipated games. Let's see, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wild. Let's be honest, Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to win this. It is the most anticipated game yet. My personal vote goes for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised if Monster Hunter Wilds clinches it because Monster Hunter is big. It's getting real big. But my most anticipated game right now is Metroid Prime 4. So we're gonna do that. Now, I'm changing categories like this so we can I could go through like each category so I can go to Game of the Year last because you started with Game of the Year when it comes with like okay you can do this. Best adaptation. Why is Knuckles here? Knuckles was not a good adaptation. Like a Dragon Yakuza is like the second worst here. Arcane, Fallout, Tomb Raider, Legend of Lara Croft. Let's be honest, the one that's gonna win this is Arcane, and well worth it. Honestly, if you haven't seen Arcane, you should probably go watch it. Best multiplayer game, we got Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 40K. Um, I feel Helldivers is gonna win this one. I haven't played enough Mario Party Jamboree to say if it should win. Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be Helldivers. It's gonna be Helldivers. I think that's what's going to win. I think that's what deserves to win. Best sports racing game. Hey, at least got one racing game in here. F1 24. Oh God, this. What what games are here? I have not heard of like half of these games. I am sorry. I'm gonna skip this one because I have nothing to say about these ones. Best sim strategy. Asian Mythologies, Frostpunk 2. The only one I've heard about is Unicorn Overlord, and I think You know what? I think for by sheer name, Unicorn Overlord is going to win this one. By sheer force of the name, that's what's gonna win. Best family game. I'm crossing these ones really fast. You know, 3 of these games are Nintendo games, and I still think Astrobot is going to win this one. Astrobot did a splash, one heck of a splash. So I think Astrobot is going to win this one. Although Mario Party Jamboree has a real chance of actually clinching a win on this one. The Pluck is Choir. Honestly, the Pluck is Choir. I think more so than Astrobot, the Pluck is Choir deserves to win, but it's not going to win. I think the win is going to be Astrobot. And honestly, I hope Astrobot wins, not because it deserves it, it does, but because I want Nintendo, I want Sony to realize these types of games are worth developing and are worth releasing. Best fighting game. Let's see. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Multiverses. Okay, who let Blood and Blood in the chat? Were there so few fighting games this year that you had to put a collection of old games, one, and an ongoing game that, come on, guys, this is Multiverses. Was Multiverses nominated for last year? I think it was. Multiverses, nope. Honestly, this one is between Sparking Zero and Tekken 8. I know people might want to vote for Marvel vs. Capcom, but it's old games. This is old games. It's a new collection of old games. So I don't think this even should have been here. This is just literally just a remaster of old games. Tekken 8. I think Tekken 8 takes it. Best RPG, by the way, let's see. Best RPG. And here we start with the controversy. Let's go. Let's begin with this one. Okay, Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Real Fantasio, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree. I have a lot of things to say about the fact that we have a DLC expansion nominated for various things, but I will wait for it for when we go to Game of the Year. As it stands, who's gonna get it? Here's the thing. Metaphor Real Fantasio did a splash, did quite a splash. But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is Final Fantasy VII, so I can see why people want to vote for this. Dragon's Dogma 2, I'm not sure. Dragon Infinite Wealth. I think some people still don't understand that Dragon is now a full-blown RPG series. I mean, I've been playing Yakuza Kiwami, and I understand that many people would like it to go back to like its beat 'em up background, past. But hey, you know, maybe when I go into the Like a Dragon portion of the series, I will understand why the RPG portion is so fun. Anyway, when it comes to like these games, I think Real Fantasio will take it. We'll see, but I hope it does. Best action adventure game: Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. I play Zelda Legends of Echoes of Wisdom. I love it. I think it's great. It's not gonna win. It's not gonna win. It's not gonna win with your games like Silent Hill 2, freaking Prince of Persia. I have said that I don't like Ubisoft, and I have not bought a single Ubisoft game in over a decade, and I still think Prince of Persia did a good thing. But there's Astrobot here, so I think Astrobot is gonna clinch the win. It's between these two. Silent Hill 2 might be a good third place, but these two are the top contenders right now. And right now, my gut is telling me Astrobot. Astrobot is gonna take it. Best action game, pure action game. Okay. Call of Duty is not winning. Helldivers has a good chance. Warhammer 40k. But here's the thing. I think it's gonna be between Black Myth Wukong and Stellar Blade. As much as I think Black Myth Wukong might clinch it, my vote goes for Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade gives me Bayonetta near vibes, and I like those types of games. Those pure action games. I like those. Best VR AR game. I don't play a lot of VR AR games, but something tells me Batman is going to win this one. I think Batman is going to win this one because it's not only highly hyped, it's also been a really well-praised game. Best mobile game. I don't know a lot of mobile games, but let's be honest. Look at all these games. Silent Soul Zero, Wuthering Waves, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. Uh, it's gonna be Balatro. Balatro is gonna sweep with mobile. Sorry. Best debut in the game. Animal Well, Balatro, Manalores, Plucky Squire, Pacific Drive. Balatro's gonna win. Balatro's gonna win. Hey, Balatro is nominated for Game of the Year. Bit of a spoiler. So Balatro gonna win this one. Balatro gonna be best best indie game. Animal Well could be a good interesting upset. And the Plucky Squire, poor Plucky Squire. I hope he's getting his flowers elsewhere. But for it comes from the Game Awards, Balatro's gonna win. Okay, best independent game. So here we go, the best overall independent game. So here's where I think we got a really big snub. Where is Nine Souls here? Where is Nine Souls here? We got Animal Well, we got Balatro, Lorelei, and Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. I think Neva is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I have it on Switch, and I think it's actually pretty darn good. Balatro's gonna win. Okay, let me put it this way. Yeah, Balatro's gonna do the sweep here. Balatro's gonna do the sweep here. Sorry. I can I thought about going back to best indie debut indie and changing my vote to say, I don't know, the Plucky Squire, but I think Balatro's gonna sweep this one. Best community support, recognizing again the standing community support. I don't know much about which community support gets in here. I mean, I think No Man's Sky and Helldivers. Helldivers is gonna take this one. Sorry. It's like Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, good community support, especially from Baldur's Gate 3. I think Helldivers 2 is gonna win this one. Best ongoing game. Let's see. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 13, Fortnite, Helldivers 2. Yeah. Best ongoing game. I have a thing about with best ongoing game, and that is, I think this one should include like DLCs and expansions. This one could be a place where you can include DLCs and expansions. But most of these games are like all of these games are like live services. Fortnite, Helldivers, all this. And I'll be honest, I think the best ongoing game by a country mile, once again, I think it's Final Fantasy 14. Games for Impact, for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning message. Close to the Distant, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Hellblade 2, or Tales of Kenzira Zhao. Sorry if I said it wrong. Sorry. Look, I played Hellblade 2. I thought about playing it on stream, and then I played it by myself, and I thought, this is a boring game. I'm not sure if Hellblade 2 did anything that the original Hellblade did not. So I cannot give my vote to Hellblade 2. Life is Strange is Life is Strange. Look. If I were to vote for anything of this, I have to give it to Neva. I have to give it to Neva at least once. Innovation and accessibility. I don't know about any accessibility features in any of these games. I'm gonna abstain for now for this one. Best performance. Let's see. Bryn White, Hannah Telf, Gonzalez. I'm gonna echo the words when it comes to these things. I think I'm gonna echo the words of one very wise Charlie Moist critical, and say, first of all, it's between these two. Luke Roberts, the person who did what's this guy's name? From Silent Hill 2, and Melinda Juergens, who is not just the voice but the mocap performance for Senua for Hellblade and Hellblade 2. So I will echo his words. Hellblade 2, it's a boring game. Hellblade 2 is not really great at doing what it was set up to do, except being a graphical showcase. It is an excellent graphical showcase, but it is not a really exceptionally good game. Her performance almost salvages the game. Almost. It is the one unabated shining pearl in the game. And that's why my vote goes for her. Best audio design. Astro Boy, Call of Duty August 6, Metal Gear. What Metal Gear am I hearing? Final Fantasy 7, Hellblade Senua Saga, and Silent Hill 2. Okay. Once again about Hellblade. They did nothing that the original game did not. As a matter of fact, I think they did it kind of worse. So I can't give it to Hellblade 2. I think out of all these games, I want to say it's between Astro Boy and Silent Hill 2. And I think I'm going to give this vote to Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill games live and die by their sound design. And this one lived by sound design. Best score and music. Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know why Astrobot is here. I think this is the one where Astrobot has absolutely zero chance of winning. Silent Hill 2 has some really interesting music, but I'm not sure if it's like the traditional I want to listen to this in my car ride type of music. Also, am I being heard? Am I being? Yes, I am. I think of all this, Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade. I've heard some of the music from Stellar Blade and it is fantastic. Best art direction. Ooh, putting Neva there, even though I know it's probably not gonna win. Astrobot has some really creative art direction. Okay, I'm gonna say something. Astrobot, I like the art direction it does. The one thing I would have changed entirely about Astrobot, and I know it's basically ingrained into the whole DNA of Astrobot, is I would like separate Astrobot from the whole it's a PlayStation thing type of thing. Imagine if imagine if, for example, a Mario had to remind you this is on Nintendo every time. Like every time, like Mario, like every time you see Mario like pause the game, he just pulls out a game controller and pauses. Or every time they go to like a special stage, they open up a special stage, he gets sucked into like a Wii or something like that. That's the kind of like disruptive thing that makes me think Astrobot's art direction was not 100% as inspired as it could have been. And I know Nintendo games do this. Like Splatoon is like the biggest culprit of this. But Astrobot is so egregious about this. Like the main ship is a PlayStation 5. That, in my opinion, like dogs points from that. If the next Astrobot can completely divorce itself from like the PlayStation imagery, like not an iota of like PlayStation console or handheld, I think it could get a it could have what I like to call like an identity of its own that could like survive beyond PlayStation. What if like PlayStation consoles die and Astrobot can survive of that? Can survive beyond that, I mean. Black Wing Wukong, I like how it has a combination of the realistic and the fantastic, and I think that's giving a lot of real effort. Elden Ring is Elden Ring. It doesn't do any different than the original Elden Ring, but it's here. Metaphor with Fantasio and Neva both have no chance of winning, but I think of the two, I would give it to Metaphor with Fantasio. As it stands, I'm giving the vote to Black Myth Wukong. I think the art direction is actually kind of interesting. Best narrative. What is Blood doing here? Why is Hellblade 2 here? Silent Hill 2. The problem with Silent Hill 2 is that it's an old game. The narrative is pretty much beat to beat the original Silent Hill 2, so no. So it's between these three now. Battlefield Fantasio, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I'm gonna be kind and I'm gonna give it to Infinite Wealth, but I think maybe ReFantasio is gonna take this one. Yeah, Infinite Wealth, take it. Take it. Best game direction. We got 6 games here. Astro Bot, Balatron, Back Big Wukong, Metaphor Fantasio, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'll come with you later. Come to you later. Best game direction. I think Black Myth Wukong is gonna take this one. But I have to give it to Balatro. I have to give it to Balatro. It is inspired. It is inspired. The game direction is inspired. And we go to Game of the Year. Let's talk what you guys been waiting 20 minutes for me to talk about. Okay, Game of the Year. Astrobot, Balatro, Black Meat Wukong, Metaphor Fantasio, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree. I need a drink of water to begin with this. All day, yesterday, on social media, I have been trying to tell people the following. Elden Ring. Let me get close to Elden Ring real quick. Hi, Elden Ring. I see you there. You're a great game. I think you're fantastic. I have played, for what I played of you, you are incredible. Excellent visuals, fantastic gameplay, incredible sound design, all that stuff. But here's the core of this. You are a 2022 game. That's all there is to it. You are a 2022 game. The fact that there is an expansion that released this year does not change the fact that Elden Ring is a 2022 game. I understand that Shadow of the Earth Tree is a great expansion. For some people, it basically doubles the amount of content that Elden Ring has. Then in many aspects, it has a brand new area, brand new bosses, even brand new abilities. It could very well, if it had been released as its own thing, could have been a standalone sequel. It is an excellent game, through and through. But here's the kicker. Is it its own game? And the answer to that, you know, I know, we all know, is no. It is not its own game. You have to buy the base game Elden Ring to be able to play Shadow of the Earth Tree. You have to play Elden Ring. You have to play a significant amount of Elden Ring to get to Shadow of the Earth Tree. You have to get good at Elden Ring. You have to be a certain level, recommended level, mind you, to go to Shadow of the Earth Tree. You have to. You cannot play Shadow of the Earth Tree by itself. There's not even like a menu option in the main game where you can say, hey, here's Shadow of the Earth Tree. You can just click here on the menu and go straight to Shadow of the Earth Tree. You don't have to go into the main game of Elden Ring. The fact that you have to have a main game, an years-old game, to play this expansion, which is part of a game. It is not its own game by itself. It's a part of a game. Should instantly disqualify it for Game of the Year consideration. I understand a lot of people feel otherwise, and I understand that. I will never agree with you guys, but I understand your position. I will never say I don't understand you guys, but I will say I don't think you guys are correct on this one. The Game of the Year award. This little, sorry, I'm getting bigger. I should probably click out of my window. Second. That should be good enough. The Game of the Year award. You see that those words be under my name, Game of the Year, should mean something. Game. A full experience from front to end of the year it's released, aka the what is it, the submission period that I think it goes between like no, like last week of November last year to like this year. So anything released within that period that is a full game should be in consideration for this game, for this thing. You could say, but what about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Well, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a full-fledged sequel. I could go out and buy Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, having not played Final Fantasy VII Remake at all, having not touched Final Fantasy VII Remake at all, and still play this thing. I can. Is it recommended? No, but I can. I think the biggest thing about this is that there are many games we can think of that could have been in this spot and that were full-fledged experiences. What about Nine Souls? What about Silent Hill 2? Helldivers 2? Where is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth? Where is Neva? You know, hell, hell. Hellblade 2 deserves more of a consideration for Game of the Year than Shadow of the Earth 3. And I think Hellblade 2 has not a snowball chance in hell to be Game of the Year in any award show. And it deserves more of a consideration because it is a full game. What Geoff Keighley and the Game Awards needs to do for next year, for this to not happen again, for this controversy, for this backlash to not happen again, is create a category that is for best DLC or expansion. I know every year we won't have DLCs or expansion to the level of Shadow of the Earth 3. Which is why I initially, before here, I said we could have an award. We could have these things on best ongoing game. However, I do believe the best course of action is to have best DLC or expansion be its own award. This cannot happen. And I'm going to cast my vote as if Shadow of the Earth 3 is not here. Because Shadow of the Earth 3 should not be here. Having done my tirade now, let's consider the actual nominees for Game of the Year. Astrobot. Excellent game, not Game of the Year material. Balatro. What possibly could be the most famous indie game this year. Black Myth Wukong. The surprise of this year, honestly. Highly expected. I did not think it was going to be this highly regarded, honestly. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Some people say this is a great game. Some people say this is not Game of the Year material. And Metaphor Rifantasio. Was that the first time I said the title correctly? Rifantasio. Oh boy. Okay, so out of all these games, I think Black Myth Wukong is going to take it. I would root for Balatro, but Balatro has not a snowball chance in Hades in winning this one, unfortunately. The only other one that would give Black Myth Wukong a fighting chance is Metaphor Rifantasio, and not enough people have played or heard about Metaphor Rifantasio to be like voted in. So Black Myth Wukong is my vote for Game of the Year 2024. Okay, it's been almost half an hour before I let me just go back here. It's been let me put it this way. There we go. It's been half an hour since I started recording, so I think this is gonna be a beefy one, and I don't think I'm gonna do much editing on this one anyway. So that is my vote for Game of the Year, at least with the Keighley Awards. Again, I will not be watching this because I respect my time. I wish to live, and I'll see you guys later. Tell me who won because I'm not gonna watch it. And yeah, bye later. Bye.